innocent. Once again, happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. Happy motherfucking Friday. We made it, y'all. We made it. Yep, yep.
Man, you know how I get down, bro. Don't play with me about my child. Child make y'all move.
So he was threatening at the door to like blow my house up.
Okay.
Whoever live here, I make all you move about my kid. I'll throw this to the next street.
Florida deputies respond when a 911 call reports multiple explosions in a West Palm Beach neighborhood. But what begins as a routine emergency dispatch quickly takes a turn as investigators uncover a deeper conflict and a neighborhood feud that may have finally reached its breaking point.
What the is that?
The following report is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law.
911, where is the location of your emergency?
It's not an emergency.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I just walked out front and my windshield smashed, and all I can see from my camera is what looks like fire and explosion.
Moments later, deputies arrive on scene.
You might be able to see stuff that I can't see. Like I said, I don't have a flashlight. You can smell the gas from right here.
It smells really bad.
And then when you get here, you look up here, see the bag. She hasn't seen it. No, she's talking. She hasn't seen this. All this. There's more over here. There's this piece right here. Whatever this is, like it looks like a pipe bomb. Then it blows over here on my truck. And then if you look over here, there's a bullet hole. I noticed this with my cell phone. Also, on this side, you smell the gas?
Yeah.
Yeah. On this side here, I don't know what this is, but I know it wasn't here yesterday, and I don't know what this is, what it came from, but it's like all over my tire of my truck.
Ross guides the officer through the extensive damage and debris left behind by the explosion, but with only flashlights to illuminate the...
What does the shit in the tire have to do with? You think somebody's coming and putting dirt in your tire, bro? And for what it looks like, it was just like firecrackers, like fireworks, not a pipe bomb.
scene. The full extent won't be clear until daylight.
So they just put it right there and exploded.
They had to have thrown it, because if they would have put it there, that camera and that camera would have picked them up. They
Was this
threw it.
windshield broken before?
No, all this just happened.
No.
And you have video?
You can't see anything on the video.
No?
No, it's all like, she's got it on her thing.
I'm scared to throw this, dude.
At approximately 3 a.m., Tiffany's porch surveillance captures the first explosion. Before the blast, a faint sound can be heard, something being thrown, striking an object, and then a sudden detonation. However, it isn't until 3:40 a.m. when Tiffany and Ross wake to the sound of two more explosions. Thick smoke quickly engulfs the yard.
Those are
obscuring the
fireworks,
camera's view.
firecrackers.
Moments later, the footage cuts to Ross emerging from the haze, searching for the source of the smoke. As investigators review the footage, the reality of what happened begins to sink in.
What the is that?
What the footage doesn't capture is
Fireworks.
who's responsible for the explosion. But the victims have their own theories, pointing to an altercation just 2 weeks earlier that may have set everything in motion.
Idea who would be doing this?
The neighbor, maybe. We kind of have a problem with the neighbor right now.
What's the neighbor's name?
Derek. I had to call the cops last week. The kids got into an argument and he was banging on the front door, wouldn't leave the door alone, and then threatened to blow my house up.
As the early morning sun rises, more investigators arrive and begin documenting the scene, revealing the full extent of the damage. cracks stretch across the SUV's windshield, along with bits and pieces of debris scattered across the front half of the vehicle. Nearby, one of the truck's passenger windows was pierced by a small projectile, shattering it, and a strange brown powder was found covering one of its tires. Detectives also located a clear plastic bottle lodged under the truck. Scattered across the ground and throughout the yard, investigators also found remains of fireworks from the brand
Fireworks. What'd I tell you? Fireworks.
world-class fireworks. Around 6 a.m.,
Not a pipe
investigators
bomb.
attempt to make contact with Derek Shealy at the residence Ross and Tiffany mentioned, but no one answers the door. However, 6 hours later, they're approached by Derek's wife, Jera Sheila Gomez, who has questions of her own.
What's going on?
So, your neighbors had something blow up in their front yard.
Okay, that was the boom that we heard last night.
Yeah. Where is Derek now?
I don't know.
She's talking about that was the boom we heard last night. No, that was the boom that your boyfriend made last night. You know what's going on. She knows what's going on. Because Derek came back and slept with you, right? hey, shout,
Heard last night.
Yeah. Where is Derek now?
shout out,
I
Shorty.
don't know. He's probably at work somewhere.
Well,
Do you guys want to see if Derek is inside?
yeah, we will.
Is that the thing? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, you guys can come in and see this.
Okay, tell you what, hold on 1 second for me.
Okay, that's no problem because he doesn't
Yeah.
live here.
Yeah, no problem.
We were all up late last night. We all heard the boom. We all came out here to
Right.
see what was going on. And Derek actually and my daughter, they came out here to ask everybody if they were okay.
Yeah.
And everybody said they were okay.
Okay. I guess Derek has had some ongoing problems with the folks whose car got blown up this morning.
He had one argument
Yeah,
weeks
sure.
ago.
Okay. Based on that, based on evidence that we found at the scene, there is a search warrant being requested right now to search to make sure that there is no evidence of any explosive devices in your
Oh my God.
Okay?
With the warrant finally cleared, officers and investigators move in, beginning their search of the house and surrounding property.
There's not gonna
Canine
be
units are called in
anything.
to assist, searching for any hidden clues. Inside the house, investigators discover the same brown powder found on Ross's truck tire, resting on the lid of the trash can. When they open it, they find numerous pieces of consumer pyrotechnic packaging. Among the debris, they also find a plastic water bottle wrapper, matching the one found under Ross's truck. The K9 units were alerted to a cabinet in the garage where more fireworks were found, including the same world-class fireworks brand discovered at the scene of the explosion. On December 18, 2024, a warrant for Derek Shealy's arrest was signed, charging him with possession of a destructive device resulting in property damage. Later that evening, Shealy was arrested by the Okeechobee Police Department at approximately 6 p.m. Just 1 day later, on December 19th, investigators made contact with Shealy at the Palm Beach County Jail, where they conducted an interview.
What do you know about my area? So they said something about a explosive device and destruction of property.
Gotcha. You familiar with the incident that brought all this on?
I'm kind of familiar, but I don't understand why I'm here.
Gotcha.
What do you know of the incident?
I just know some loud noise went on a house next door to where I was at, and that was the last time I heard about anything. But this whole thing, it blows me because when it comes to that neighborhood, I help out everybody in that neighborhood. Can't nobody in that neighborhood say one bad thing about me. Not to my face. Yeah. Like that.
As Derek claims to have been a helpful neighbor, the victims offer their own account, detailing a more recent conflict with him that they believe triggered the explosion.
Of
What was
course.
the altercation about, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, it was just something with the kids.
He said his kids got into it with our boys.
Okay.
They were picking on her son. She got mad, came outside, told their kids, hey, if you don't got nothing nice to say, leave my kids alone, stay the out of our yard, stay the off our porch when we're she didn't cuss, when we're not home.
Okay.
No, the mother's completely wrong in this situation. As a parent, you're supposed to address another parent about that. You don't talk to the kids about that. You don't tell the kids to get the fuck off my lawn, get the fuck off my porch. You go talk to the parents, especially since you know him.
That's what it is. She came.
So yeah, I can see why Derek's tripping. He told his kids to. I bet she did say get the fuck off my lawn too.
Back in the house. I'm getting ready to leave. The girl's out there running her mouth, talking about her, but she's not outside. I don't pay no attention. I leave. 30 minutes after I'm gone, he comes over here banging on the door.
So he was threatening at the door to like blow my house up.
Okay.
Investigators questioned Derek about the altercation between the children that led to him visiting the victim's house on July 7th.
And then my wife called me hysterical, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm down the street. So I went, knocked on the door. I was like, hey, come outside and talk to you, Tiffany. She like, no, I ain't coming outside. Get the f on my property. I'm like, I'm trying to understand what happened with you and my daughter. Oh, I ain't got this stuff to you.
Right. Cause you said something about his daughter. Come outside and talk about it, like adults should. You shouldn't just tell a child something and not have nothing to say to the parent.
I was like, man, listen, all I'm trying to do is figure out what happened.
Right.
Listen, just when it comes to my kids, you got a problem with my kids as an adult, come to me.
Right.
Step my young daughter and treat her like she's an older person.
My point exactly, bro. My point exactly.
And then left it at that.
Derek's recount of events paints a far more civil dispute. This, however, contrasts with what the investigators have already seen firsthand, thanks to Tiffany's surveillance footage.
I know this. I know what would have happened is my life would have been changed. I would have been able to be used by the Lord in a way.
I'm not opening the door. What happened with my daughter? I have no idea what happened to your daughter. My daughter said you called her a and some. Oh, that's hilarious. Maybe you should look at your cameras and see if there's. I just looked at my cameras. My son and your son playing with water, and he came and my daughter. Okay, Daryl, that has nothing to do with them. A grown woman, I do not. Yeah, a grown woman that just cussed out child. Man, you know how.
Hey, a child's not gonna lie about some shit like that either.
You know, and some. Oh, that's hilarious. Maybe you should look at your cameras and see if there's. I just looked at my cameras. My son and your son playing with water, and he came and my daughter. Okay, Daryl, that has.
She knows his name is Derek. That's why she said Daryl.
My son and your son playing with water, and he came and my daughter. Okay, Daryl, that has nothing to do with them. A grown woman, I do not. Yeah, a grown woman that just cussed out child. Man, you know how I get down, bro. Don't play with me about my child. I make y'all move. Don't play with me about my child.
Right.
Who give a fuck? Whoever the live here. I'll make all you move about my kids.
Straight up.
When investigators confront Derek with the footage, his silence speaks volumes.
I don't recall.
Derek also claims the fireworks they found in the house were leftovers
Yeah!
from year's 4th of July. However, detectives uncovered multiple receipts showing firework purchases made throughout the year. One
Yeah, I
receipt in
stand with
particular
Derek.
stands out, showing his wife purchasing fireworks on July 4th, 2024, just 19 days before the explosion on July 23rd.
What the I know they not just make it try to seem like it was suspicious her buying fireworks on July 14th. I mean, July 4th.
Receipts showing firework purchases made throughout the year. One receipt in particular stands out, showing his wife purchasing fireworks on July 4th, 2024.
Oh my god, what? Reach.
Just 19 days before the explosion.
Of course they're going to buy fireworks on 4th of July. Stupid. It's 4th of July. How does that stand out to anybody?
On July 23rd. While the fireworks receipts raise questions, investigators confront Derek with the most critical piece of evidence.
Additionally, we have your DNA on parts of the devices that were used at that house.
That can't be possible.
It's the ATF lab. There's no messing this up.
That can't be possible, Derek says.
You're already in our system. We know. Yeah, you're in the system. It's your DNA on it. So I'm telling you this, Derek, because
It can't be possible.
this is a straightforward case. Yeah. You made threats. We found the stuff in your house. The same pieces used, and to top it off, your DNA is on the pieces. It's nobody else.
Can't be possible.
It can't be. It can't be.
Complaining about what?
He didn't do anything. What do you mean?
You were the one that put together these devices.
I can't sit here and tell you a lie.
Right.
Okay, that's
Did you show somebody else how to put it together?
Put what together?
These were underneath Red's truck. Okay? Pipe on that duty and down.
Never seen one of them in my life.
Derek steadfastly denies any involvement in the crime. As the pressure mounts, he ultimately requests a lawyer and decides to end the interrogation. After the interrogation, Derek makes multiple phone calls from jail to his wife on a recorded line. In one call, he expresses an alarming thought, saying, "The only way I can get out of this is if I throw my son under the bus," and that Sheely Jr. would only get a slap on the wrist. Investigators approach Gomez in a later interview to confront her about these comments.
You know, I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to Derek much since he's been incarcerated, but, you know, we've, unfortunately now our DNA tests have come back, and so they've indicated that Derek is one of the profiles that we recovered on that device. However, there is a second profile on that device too, so we're trying to narrow down, you know, who else might have handled this thing, you know, who else might have been involved with it. Or my concern is that, you know, Derek might think that it would be easier to have somebody else take the fall for this as opposed to him, particularly things like your son.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Has he mentioned that?
No. He said something about that he was questioned about it.
Yeah.
And was it with you?
Mm-hmm.
And then that you asked him, was it you? Was it your son?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was the end of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just not my problem. Not my problem. You know, whoever's DNA is on that, that's on them. I have nothing to do with any of that.
After his arrest on December 18th, 2024, Derek Sheely was denied bond and charged with possession of a destructive device resulting in property damage. He's pleaded not guilty, and his next court hearing is scheduled for April 29th, 2025. As the
Okay, so he already had a court or whatnot. Cool. Hey, I don't see nothing he did inherently wrong. Catch y'all on the next stream. Peace.